Today we got a video from EWU Bodycam, and the title of the video is Filming YouTube Video Goes Wrong After One Deadly Mistake.
They were doing videos of training dogs with firearms, and one of the rounds went into a kid's forehead and dropped him dead.
And then all of a sudden I hear, oh, did I get it? And then and I look at Curtis and I see blood pouring out of his nose and ears.
If Curtis had a choice, he would not have been standing in the line of that gun.
It's like the Baldwin movie scene.
Why would you do this?
I'm sure he's going to be asking that for the rest of his life.
No!
A 23-year-old is shot and killed by his boss while filming a commercial for a German Shepherd breeder. But what looks at first to be a tragic accident takes a darker turn when investigators hear chilling allegations about the man who was holding the gun.
He had us put the live puppies in the freezer until they died.
He beat one of the employees with a dog whip.
I'm sorry, what?
The following report is based on official police records released to date, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On June 3, 2025, in Thurston County, Washington, employees of a dog breeder and training company make a desperate call to 911.
911, what are you reporting?
Someone's been shot. My coworker's been shot.
Okay, what happened exactly?
He got accidentally shot.
Is he conscious?
No.
Is he breathing normally?
No.
If he's unconscious and not breathing normally, we need to start CPR. I can tell you how to do it. Get him on his back on the ground.
Okay. He opened his mouth and he breathed one breath. He's trying to breathe.
Okay. Is his chest rising and falling?
No.
Okay. So then we need to kneel by his side.
Okay.
Put your hand on the center.
He just tried to breathe one. I think his lungs are full of blood.
Okay. Put your hand on the center of his chest, right between the nipples, and put your other hand on top of that.
Oh shit, he's in the top of the head. Okay. He's in the top of the head.
What are they putting on top of the head?
Help him breathe. I'm listening. Yeah, my hands are between his chest.
His shoes.
I'll move his head, I think. Maybe you get the blood to come out.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
One. It goes again. There's another breath. 1.
Yeah, that's just reactionary breathing, so just don't worry about that.
2.
CPR continues, but the callers begin to realize that what happened here this morning is irreversible.
No! 1. No! 1. No! 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. No way! 1, 2. No way! 1, 2. No way! 1, 2.
Where's he at? Where's he at? This building?
I think he's out that way.
To the right?
All the way to the back. Yeah.
To the right?
Yes.
Guys on the ground over there, that's the owner of the place right there. They were shooting a video of what he was saying about guns and dogs. Guns right there. Something happened. I didn't get the whole thing about, and there's the guys over there, looks like he's got the leash in his hand. But somehow he got in the way. Dog jerked him.
Why is he being held down?
He's not being held down.
Okay.
No. He is just distraught.
Okay.
And he was up when we got here, and then when we pronounced the guy, he just lost it. He's been that way. They're just trying to console him.
23-year-old Curtis Gordon is pronounced dead at 10:37 a.m., leaving many questions behind for Thurston County deputies to answer.
So there were 3 people, Connor, Craig, and Kaylin, doing videos and pictures. Wayne, the owner, was shooting, and he said that Wayne had the dog.
They were doing videos of training dogs with firearms, and rather than using blanks, one of the rounds went into a kid's forehead and dropped him dead.
But my thing is this: why wouldn't you be using blanks with this? Something like this, you know? Come on. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. Yeah, so from what we've seen in the very beginning, that apparently there's some things that's going to come out or whatever, that this guy is just an evil man. You know what I mean? So it may seem like an accident, but the question that everyone is asking, Why wouldn't you just use blanks? And I guess we're going to find that out. So let's keep it rolling.
According to the employees, the video was supposed to feature Kraftwerk owner Wayne Curry holding one of the German Shepherds by the collar while shooting at a target across the field. It's impossible not to notice how close Curtis's body is to the target.
But look at that. That's head height. So why would you be shooting at, according to them, he was shooting at the target.
Where are the rounds at?
I don't know. Apparently the optics went aboard. Yeah, you've got,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless he just hung a new one.
Police will later find 42 shell casings in the grass, but there isn't a single hole in the paper target. Figuring out exactly what went wrong today will require talking to everyone on scene, including an employee named Craig, who begins by explaining what Canine Kraftwerk is all about.
We import dogs from Germany, adult dogs. We also breed them and sell. So then we sell the trained imported dogs from Germany, and also we sell puppies that we train and breed ourselves.
So what type of training? I mean, what type of training do you guys put through?
So it's Schutz and sport training. So anything involved with the Schutz and sport, tracking, obedience, and bite work.
Bite work is a form of training in which the dogs learn to bite and hold onto a target object. This morning, it was to involve the victim, Curtis, who was wearing a protective bite sleeve. His coworker, Kaylin, who was also filming, says they'd only just started incorporating firearms into the videos.
Basically, the way it's supposed to happen is you're supposed to heel around with a dog between your legs with a gun in your hands and shoot a target, ready? Put your gun down, then you continue with bite work.
They wanted to do an advertisement on gunbroker.com, so he was trying to do a specific ad campaign. And so he started shooting at the target. And he stopped and said, "Oh, Curtis, maybe you can get a little bit closer in." So he wanted the dog looking forward. So he wanted the dog to pay attention to Curtis while he shot at the target. So he probably had Curtis move in like 30 feet to the left of where he was shooting.
30 feet from the target, or from
30 feet to the left from the target.
Left of the target, okay. Downrange, okay.
Yes.
So first time actually having someone downrange and shooting live rounds at the same time.
Sounds stupid.
According to Kaylin, Wayne wasn't getting the reaction out of the dog that he wanted.
The dog was just quiet and unbothered by it, so he kind of wanted more out of it, so he asked Curtis to agitate the dog. And as Curtis was agitating the dog, he was still shooting in the whole process. He never stopped shooting until the dog jerked his leg, I'm guessing, and jerked him to the side, and his gun went towards Curtis.
And then all of a sudden I hear, "Oh, did I get him?" And then I look at Curtis and I see blood pouring out of his nose and ears.
Curtis.
See, the only time I've, really, had practice with guns and stuff like that was my time in corrections and going to the range and all that type of stuff, right? And no one is ever supposed to be down in front of where the person is shooting. You're not supposed to be anywhere between the person and the target. Everyone is supposed to be behind the person that's shooting. Now, obviously, this is different. They're doing their own thing or whatever. But even for anyone to be in front and even over to the side, but you're in between the range of, let's say this is the target and this is where the person is shooting, right? To have anyone in between that area, even if you're off to the side, it's just dangerous. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me, honestly.
His brother Connor, who was also out on the field that morning, can barely describe what he saw.
I remember I had the camera on the bus. I was watching the bus. I heard a shout and I look over and I see my brother on the ground. That's all I remember about that whole thing.
If Connor is grieving Curtis quietly, his older brother Kevin has no such intentions.
Who is that?
That's my brother.
No, please stop. No, stop.
What's wrong?
We're happy to let you see him at some point, but we can't let you go there right this second, okay? So we just need you to wait back here.
That's what we're here. That's what we're figuring out, right?
Where is he?
It sounds like there was an accident, okay?
Where is he?
Doesn't seem like anything was intentional. He's back here, but we can't let you back there right now.
What happened?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. Okay, this sounds like there was an accidental shooting. There was some training going on with live fire, and it sounds like there was a stray round that went off.
Is this a joke?
No. I'm sorry.
Kevin.
Where was he shot?
Who's this?
I don't know anything.
Idiots. He's dead, huh?
Your brother is deceased.
Who shot my little brother?
That's figuring that all out right now.
Oh, I'm gonna kill that mother. You fucking. I'm gonna kill that mother.
I totally understand your frustration.
My little brother's dead right there.
He's back there, yeah. And your other brother is here also, so the best thing that you can do right now is comfort your other brother.
For a stupid video. For what? Mother, I'll kill you. What the happened? No, hey, bullshit. What the happened?
No, you gotta be with
What stupid? What game is that? Playing around with guns. Whose idea?
Wayne.
No.
Yeah, I know. Be here for Connor, please.
Be here for Connor. He's dead.
In his rage and heartache, Kevin doesn't realize that he's mourning the wrong brother.
If it wasn't Connor, it was you or Curtis.
It is Curtis.
It's Curtis. Connor's right here.
Sorry, bro. I'm really sorry, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh no.
Oh no. We're really sorry for your loss, man.
Dude. You. Wayne, dude, put a bullet in that mother head for me. Old fat piece of heartless.
To get to the bottom of things, investigators must talk to Wayne himself, a conversation that will, before long, take an urgent and unexpected turn.
We hadn't used the rifle yet.
Is that a new rifle?
It's a rifle I've had for years. I just can't shoot it.
Okay.
We were just doing the pistol. Mm-hmm. And this time it's the rifle.
The sight on the gun is an electronic sight, and he was talking about, oh, is this thing dead? The battery's dead, so he was just gonna have to kind of with no sight.
It's a ambidextrous one, so you can hold it in one hand or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
The problem I think happened, it must have been like this. I mean, lightning fast.
Yeah.
I think the dog did this, and there might have been a reflex, but I saw him drop it. Did he do that to fake it? We were making a movie. And he didn't get up. And then it was like, they called 911. And the guy that works for me, and he looked like he was pooping. And there wasn't a lot of blood or nothing, so I'm holding his head, and
Wayne falls silent, and the next sound comes from the detective nearly a full minute later.
Try to breathe. Try to breathe. Yep. Just breathe. Right? Just try to breathe. Can I get one of the medics over here?
Are you still here?
Yep, we're still here.
We're still here, Wayne.
They tried to get me to count to 10, and I couldn't make it to 7.
Let's try 5.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
1.
Good.
Ow! Ow!
Hey, Wayne, while this is going on, just take your time, but I'm going to just so you're aware, if you see me, I'm going to snap a couple pictures because you got some stuff on you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I
know what I got on me, dude. It's real bad.
I know. I just want to document
I know.
it.
I know.
I know.
Oh, no.
Wayne's emotional turmoil earns sympathy from the detectives, but Curtis's brother has none.
Where are you gonna put a bullet in Wayne's head for me? Please. Please.
That won't bring your person.
No, it won't. It won't. It won't even make it feel better either, but he deserves it.
Well,
My little brother, man. He's just an old senile who shouldn't even have his driver's license, let alone own 50 unregistered guns. Him.
did you in any way mean to harm
Of
Curtis
course not.
today?
No, not in a million years. Of course not.
Okay.
We were all excited because we're doing this advertisement why people should get a dog instead of a gun.
But investigators, as well as those who work here, want to know why Curtis had to risk his life to prove that point.
He must have pulled it really
hard.
to the left.
It's a big pull.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do this?
I don't know. I'm sure he's going to be asking that for the rest of his life.
Now seated in the back of a patrol car, Wayne struggles to accept what happened this morning.
No. No.
Doing a video on why you should get a dog instead of a gun. They both have their purposes. They both have their purposes. Like, come on, man. But whatever the video is about, it doesn't even matter. Whatever the video is on, man. Why the hell is someone downrange while shooting? That shit is crazy. That's the only thing that I can sit here and say. And I feel for the brother, man. Well, obviously both brothers, but the one brother, man, he's like, yo, put a round in him. It's not even gonna make it feel good. But that's what he deserves. And that's facts. Because it's not gonna make you feel better, right? It's not gonna make you feel good. You can't bring your brother back, man. But one thing, dealing with weapons, I mean, yes, Wayne is the boss, but if the boss is asking you to do something that's really dangerous, like go down range with the dog while shooting, you gotta put your noggin on, you know what I mean? And say, no, I'm not doing that. Like, what are you talking about? You know, it's just this is some evil stuff, man.
No, 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 no.
I want you would shoot with somebody downrange, anyways.
Well, that's what he said. He goes, "Oh, it sounds really stupid now, doesn't it?" And I was like,
Yeah.
See, that's what I said. See, you know, not everybody have played with firearms and dealt with weapons and stuff like that. So some people may not understand, but that's people that have know how idiotic that is. To have someone downrange while someone is shooting or is going to be shooting or whatever the case may be. That's so crazy.
What a fiasco, huh?
No! 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 Oh, no! No!
Were you yelling something?
Oh, I'm having a hard time.
Hard time what? Just
I haven't been able to
take some deep breaths. Take some deep breaths.
It's like the Baldwin movie scene.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
100%. Oh, Rust.
Huh?
Rust?
"Yeah, it was Rust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I think this is more up than Rust, because at least the actor could have said, like, I didn't expect it to be live rounds." Where he's like, "Oh yeah, I put live rounds in there," and I was like, "Go run."
Help me, Lord. I need you. I don't know what else to do. I can't believe this happened. No.
It's a cool piece of property, dude.
Yeah. Sounds like they had a lot of fun as a family here, raising and training canines.
But as the investigators learn when they speak to current and former employees of Craftwork, not everything is as it appears.
The work environment was extremely chaotic. Some days were really great, some days were really bad. It would just really kind of depend on the mood of Wayne and what he wanted that day, the weather, those kind of things. When you actually got in there and saw what happened behind the scenes, it wasn't pretty.
The former employees had many dark stories about how Wayne allegedly dealt with the German Shepherds.
All of it, he said, was in the name of training, and shared that there's a lot of training techniques and things that are done to get the dogs at the highest level that are
a little bit less than socially acceptable. So I witnessed on multiple occasions he would kick dogs in the ribs. He would kick male dogs in the private parts from behind to catch them off guard if they were being ornery during protection. I watched him drag a dog across the field one time because it wasn't healing properly on his side. So he just kept yanking it by the neck until it, stayed with him. But it was obviously terrified and trying to get away from him.
No! 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 No!
Another instance I saw, he lifted a dog up by the leash and the collar, and it was choking. It peed all over itself, just terrified in a room. It was just me and him in a room. He didn't want anyone else to see that, but the dog wasn't sitting close enough to him.
Gosh, that sucks.
You get enough air back there a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He just gets to sit in the back of a cold cop car. Turn that off. No AC for that old man. Let him sit in there and die.
A lot of the times the dogs were just left in the kennels on end without getting exercise for days at a time. He would ask that we not feed them in the mornings so that they would be hungry for videos.
For one instance, he was working with a dog that was pregnant. She wasn't listening and being relatively, stubborn, didn't want to listen to him, and he did end up kicking her in the stomach.
Do you know what resulted of that dog's pregnancy?
I'm not sure because I actually ended up quitting that week because of that.
And the stories arguably get worse from there, particularly when it comes to one horrifying practice mentioned by several former employees.
If there was puppies that were not up to his standards, there was one dog that didn't have a fully developed ear. He had us put the live puppies in the freezer until they died.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many would you say were put in like that?
While I worked there, probably at least 10 or at one.
But what I'm saying, why as an employer, as an employee, are you doing that? That's wrong. That's wrong. Why would you put live puppies into a freezer? Am I the only one? I don't know. Maybe some people don't have the willpower to say no, whatever, or to stand on their own 2 feet. But I'm not going on a dummy mission, man. Do we call these are dummy missions, crash out missions, man. A lot of times you see it in gangs or organizations or whatever that's participating in criminal activity or whatever, right? The hierarchy, right? The guys at the top, right? They find the young guys or whatever, the guys that's new into the group, and they put them through all this BS, you know what I mean? All this BS and stuff, these crash out dummy missions, okay? To prove themselves to the organization, right? Remember a few months ago, a video went viral of these frat boys or whatever that were down in some basement, whatever, with no shirt and all this stuff. They're doing dumb shit to be a part of some fucking organization. Okay, it's the same. These are crash out dummy missions. They're meant for dummies. Okay, that's the whole point. So why would you pick up puppies and put them in freezers? That's a crime. You cannot do that for them to die. You can't do that. This dummy missions, dummies. Do you not have any brain cells? And now after the fact that a tragedy happened, now this is coming to the light. It takes someone to pass away for things like this to come to the light. That makes no sense, man. Dummy missions, man.
One time, I heard over the walkie-talkie that Wayne just he didn't want to waste the vaccination on a dog that probably wouldn't make it through the night. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty cheap. I mean, I grew up on a farm. It's not that much money for vaccination. So he'd rather just kill him.
Anytime he'd do that, I'd see him in the office in my files where I would keep puppy vaccines and all these medical records, and he would dig out the dog that he killed and get rid of the records.
Those who used to be employed at Craftwork say that Wayne's questionable practices and his temper extended beyond the dogs.
The owner, Wayne, was very emotionally turbulent.
No.
No.
He would get in employees' faces and scream and yell and just make them feel extremely scared and uncomfortable.
I have to care about the other people.
Yeah, we're with, I got another channel.
Yeah, he told me that.
He would snap, like it was like almost, I don't want to call it bipolar because that's a medical thing, but he almost had like a bipolar or split personality disorder. He was like this really nice guy sometimes, and then he was this really awful guy other times.
He cornered me in my office, which I could not get out of, and he was shaking his fist in my face, cussing at me, and he was upset that I hadn't paid one of his personal bills. Mind you, I'm 5 feet tall, and a gun, a pistol, fell out of his jacket pocket and hit the floor.
They were teeny. They're teeny.
He would like get in my face and scream at me. He would shake me. There was another time when I saw him physically attack the other manager on the property.
I saw him, and it was recorded. Of course, I don't think it's around any longer, but he beat one of the employees with a dog whip.
I'm sorry. What?
He was doing a video, and he was trying to get one of the employees to handle a dog. He wasn't doing it correctly, or not the way that Wayne wanted it done. And he hit the man with a dog whip consecutive times. Of course, they were told to erase that video.
Others tell the authorities that Wayne turned a blind eye to serious problems in the workplace.
There's me.
I'm sorry, but if someone hit me with a dog whip, it's over. It's over. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's over. It's over, man. It's over. Like, you know, I'm a very nice guy. Friendly, smiley, hee hee, ha ha, right? But there's a switch, okay? There is a switch. Okay, act right, get them together. These phrases don't come out of thin air, out of nowhere. There's a switch, man. And one of those switches that trigger me is if somebody hit me with a dog whip, man. I don't even, like, who do you think you are? It's one thing to, you know, no man as a grown man should take any type of abuse, whether it's, you know, emotional, verbal, physical, you know, all that type of stuff, right? But if you hit me, man, all I gotta do, we just gotta sit there together and just pray for the brother. Just pray for the brother. That's all we can do, man. That's all we can do. Cause it's gonna be a switch, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How do you let another person hit you with a whip and you don't just beat him to a bloody pulp? Like, what? Employee, employer, whatever. It is what it is, man. You're not gonna put your hands on me though. That's the one thing. It's like, me personally, I'm a guy that likes personal space. I could be like of course I'm social and stuff like that, right? I wouldn't be, you know, of course. But this time, you know, I like my own space. Okay, I like my own space. I like my own bubble. You know what I mean? Don't get in my bubble unless I want you there. You know what I'm saying? You know, God needs some feminine energy every now and then. You know what I'm saying? But no. But you know, with work, there's a line, you know, and you just don't cross that line. And I would have hitting somebody with a dog whip is crossing that line, man. And gonna have to get you together, man. It's just, because clearly you need a factory reset and nobody else around here can give it to you. So I'm gonna have to give you the factory reset. And hey, I gotta take the consequence. If there's consequences that come with it, well, so be it, man. But I'm not gonna be no punching bag, man. That's not happening. That's not happening, man. It's just not happening.
And 2 other former employees, females, that were involved in a sexual harassment lawsuit against Mr. Curry.
Okay.
And we won the judgment against him.
There was an employee named John who had been approaching some of the females inappropriately.
I reported sexual harassment of 3 other females that I worked with, and he fired us.
Okay.
And kept the male who was sexually harassing us still working.
The plaintiffs in the case were, according to court documents, granted a judgment of more than $200,000 and have filed an additional lawsuit claiming that Kraftwerk changed names and transferred all assets in an attempt to avoid the debt. In the meantime, officials are interested in Wayne's relationship with firearms, starting with the rifle used in today's video.
That's a great little gun.
I know. FN 57x28. Yeah.
That's what it is. That's an oddball. Okay. Yeah.
The same thing as my FN 57 pistol.
Yeah, the pistol.
Yeah. It penetrates Kevlar. Commercial and law enforcement only. There it is. Yeah. $2,000.
I know before, in the last one that we did that I was involved with, the only other gun video that I was involved with, I know that he had taken the bullets out and there was not even it was no clip in there at all. But this time I believe the clip was still in there when he was, because I thought to myself, he's kind of pointing that thing around.
But I've seen a gun jam on him. I've seen him have trouble with loading and unloading a clip. It just doesn't make any sense. You should have more knowledge than I have on guns.
So he was walking with the dog between his legs and just kind of, and if you were me with the camera, he's going fast like that.
So pointing
Wow.
at
Absolutely, yeah.
we call it being flagged with a gun. Do you know what I'm talking about with that, where the barrel points at you momentarily? Has that happened at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times would you say?
A handful
of times.
Absolutely. Okay. You can go from 5 to 10 times, within the multiple days of it happening.
Mm-hmm.
The current employees all agree that this was only the 3rd time they'd filmed a video using dogs and guns. However, they say this was the first time Wayne positioned someone near the target while live ammunition was being used.
I didn't think there were going to be live rounds during the bite work. We did one the other day with a gun. I was out there and the guns were not loaded. Nothing was in the guns. And once we did that little shooting, then we reset, everybody moved, and we did one shot of him shooting the target.
So previously he's taken the precautions to have you guys away from the live rounds.
Yes.
Any issues mentioned with the firearm at all today?
No, I would say Wayne's the issue. He doesn't know how to handle a gun.
Okay.
Clearly. He just should have been more prepared and not had that gun loaded. He made a very, very bad decision, and I'll pay for it.
I thought they would never use live rounds. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, if it was me, I would have used like a CO2 pistol.
When Wayne sees and thinks something or thinks that something is a good idea, for example, this tragic thing that happened to an incredible human being, you've got to be dumb. You literally have to be out of your mind to think that that was a good idea. Curtis would have said the same thing. He and any person in their right mind knows that you never let a gun get pointed at you. If Curtis had a choice, he would not have been standing in the line of that gun. I know for a fact he did not have a choice in that moment, and something tragic happened. If he would have said, no, I'm not going to do that, Wayne would have flipped.
I get.
Okay, now that makes sense, because when I'm just sitting here thinking and running through this, who the hell in their right mind, even if your boss tells you to, is going to stand down range of when the firearm is being pointed, even if you're to the side, like it's still, no one should be in that path. Like, you're supposed to be behind the person that's shooting. So if this lady feels like the deceased was forced, now that makes a little sense. Now that makes a little bit of sense. Okay. But wow.
The general consensus that people are genuinely afraid of him.
He's crazy. I mean, I not to be exaggerating, but I've never met anybody like him.
Deputies transport Wayne to the courthouse, where he has only one thing to say to detectives.
I want to get an attorney.
Wayne Curry was arrested for first-degree manslaughter, but was bonded out at $250,000 2 days later. A judge ordered Wayne to stay away from Connor, Craig, and Kaylin, and to surrender all firearms to the Thurston County Sheriff.
No more than 15
Kaylin
years.
says that Wayne immediately violated the order and terminated his employment in retaliation. Wayne was arrested again for the violation and released on his own recognizance a few days later. Kaylin sent a letter to prosecutors seeking $100,000 from Wayne in restitution.
This is not supposed to be. I'm the most terrible. That's one thing those guys will say for sure.
Nearly a year after the shooting, Wayne Curry awaits an August 2026 trial a free man, continuing to sell adult dogs and puppies and posting new craftwork videos regularly, at least some of which seem to take place in the same field that Curtis Gordon took his final breath.
Wow. This is tragic, man. Legit tragic. Unbelievable. Yeah. If you can't handle firearms, and then the employers that's working there, like, come on, man. You gotta leave, man. You gotta leave. Like, you can't be just going on these crash dummy missions. Legit, you're going on crash dummy missions. Oh, do this, put the dogs in the freezer, do this, do that. Like, what? And you're doing it? You're doing it? No, I'm not doing that, man. What's wrong with you? Nobody don't got no backbone over there or something?